Um, cool. I feel like I'm scooted over today. Hold on. Is that better? All right. Good morning. Today is Saturday. Happy Saturday. We made it. It is Saturday, August 2nd. The last... Oh, man. Today's the last Saturday of freedom. Dang it. Last Saturday where I get to, actually enjoy not being at school. Because this week we do have school. This week is the week that teachers go back to school. I will still do my live streams. I always do, right? It may have to be after I get home, right? There may have to be some situation changes. But overall, not super looking forward to it. I'm not really geared up yet. So if you feel for me, maybe drop an F in the chat or something. I don't know. Because teacher meetings kind of kick your butt because it's stuff you already know. It's kind of meaningless, but you have to do it, for relicensure and for professional development. All these buzzwords. Too many buzzwords. Blech. I'm not looking forward to it. But what I am looking forward to is the games and puzzles today. And what I'm looking forward to is this fun little excursion that we're going on today. Actually, 2 excursions. Today I called our stream Fun with Family. And what I saw that's going to happen today is that first off, we have a family reunion to go to. A bunch of family that, some of them, closer family we know, and then extended family that really we only see at these family reunions. And so we will get to see a lot of people that love us and support us and all that. But for the most part, a lot of people, 80% of the people that are there, I have no idea who they are. It's close kind of in-law family. So it'll be fine. It's tough to socialize at that kind of thing because it's hey, let's get to know each other. Oh, there's a feud between your no, there's no feuds, but it's risky. Risky is the wrong word, but it's a little funny to get together and talk with family that you haven't seen in a long, long time. But then after that, it's like a bring your own lunch, and they do games and getting to know you activities and stuff. Updates. But then we are going back to my mom's. Remember, we went to my mom's for my birthday to go see my uncle that I haven't seen in a long time, and see my other uncle who I haven't seen in quite a while. It's been more recently since I've seen him. I'm still counting in years, but it's been a while. And then and it's the first time that they have seen each other in person in a very long time. They might be counting in decades, actually. Just they live in different states. They've lived different lives. They've gone different ways. Still love each other, right? Still contact each other, but just, life hits you hard, I guess. I don't know. You never see each other. But I think it's pretty awesome that they're going to see each other for the first time, or they're already there. Both of them are already there. So it's cool that they are currently seeing each other, and I will get to be there too, because I think both of them are awesome. I think both of them are just really cool, really stellar people. So we get to spend the afternoon and hopefully into the night with them. So anyway, I am super excited for that. Excited for today and for what's going to happen later on. So yeah, anyway, let's dive in. Let's play the connections. I'm talking too much today, so let's do it. All right. We're going to play connections, and then the mini crossword, and then the Wordle, and then the Strands, and then the letter box. So let's see where that takes us. All right, in connections, we're trying to create 4 groups of 4, and I see commerce, strike, cleave, foul, adhere, congress, split, stick, oversight, glue, garnish, relations, sanction, intimacy. Oh my gosh, what? Affix and spare. These are all over the place. Okay. So the first thing I saw was like a strike, a split, a spare for bowling, right? I guess a foul. You can like step over the line and get a foul. This is like the result of a bowling throw. Yeah, they even use the word results. That's funny. Okay, so that is the second trickiest, but apparently I got that. So here we are. Adhere, glue. Oh, maybe a fix, stick. That feels like a yellow category. Okay, yeah. The ones that are most straightforward tend to be the yellow category. And then I have the second easiest and the most tricky left. I have the green and the purple left. Oversight. I feel like the different committees, right? There's like oversight committee, commerce committee, public relations, or like international relations and sanctions. Oh, they're not even close to each other. Okay. Okay, well, what do we have then? To garnish wages. To sanction. To cleave, meaning to cut up. Oh boy. Here, let's try the opposite. What do we have? Oversight. Library of Congress. I don't know much about these. All right, I'm going to shuffle it. Let's see what happens. And actually, let's see it without any previous notion. Intimacy. Sanction. Sanction is to like set apart or to like deem worthy, right? Like a sanctioned sport in a school is like, yep, they're allowed to play that. I recognize that. Sanctioned is like recognized. I thought these were like committees or something, right? Government committees, oversight committee. I don't know. Those kind of go together, don't they? Intimacy and relations, but what else would go together there? Maybe those ones? Not even close. Okay. If you see something, let me know. It's a quiet chat today, but if you see something, let me know. Garnish, sanction, oversight. Like these are things that are put on top, a sanction on top of something. To sanction something. That kind of means two different things, right? To sanction a sport is to like okay it. Honestly, I don't know. Here, we'll shuffle it again. Oversight. All I can think of is oversight committee. Oversight. I don't know. I really don't know how anything is related here, so we're going to waste our guesses. Cleave. Sure. Not even close. All right, well, polite terms. What? Commerce? I can't. What? Congress? Yeah, I've never heard those ever. I have never heard those before. Nope. Contronyms, words that can mean the opposite. Cleave means to cleave together, or a cleaver, cut them up. Garnish means sprinkle on top or to take away. Oversight meaning like look at it, like observe it. And then oversight is, oh, you misstepped, you miss it. And then sanction. Okay, yeah, like I was saying, right? Sanction is, I don't know if they're opposite each other, but you allow it, but then also you kind of pull from it, you disallow it. All right, well, at least we got the first two. The blue category today, bowling results: a foul, a spare, a split, and a strike. Attach with adhesive: adhere, affix, glue, and stick. Polite terms for you know what. I'm not going to say it on the live stream. Let's be real. Commerce. I have never heard that phrase. Congress. Also no. What? Intimacy and relations. Sure, those are polite terms for that. Contronyms. Words that can mean opposite things. To cleave, to garnish, to oversight, to have an oversight, and sanction. All right. Well, not the best. I'm not going to poo-poo this one. Well, maybe I should poo-poo the green category. Commerce and Congress. Okay, first off, I'm not Googling that. Thank you. I like the search history where it's at. I just never heard those. I've never heard those. All right, and today's mini crossword looks like today's mini is not so mini today. There we go. All right, TikTok or Tinder? How about an app? Lawyers organization. Oh, is the... I forget the acronym. Anyway, we'll come back to that one. Place with Bunsen burners and beakers in brief. But that's a place, though. I feel like a science lab or something. The word science does fit there. Oh, maybe it is, though. Because it's like, oh, where are you going? I'm going to science. Maybe. Product that can be sampled with a spray on the wrist. Maybe perfume. Visibly muscular. Like ripped or jacked or visibly muscular. I don't know, we'll come back to it. Groceries carrier. Maybe basket. Oh, that doesn't fit. Card, of course, is too small. Does trolley fit? A shopping trolley. Put your things in the shopping trolley. Yes, we make fun of you for that. Self-indulgent journey is like a spirit quest. I don't know. We'll come back to that one. AOL alternative. AOL is such a old, outdated email system. A lot of people still use it, but it is super outdated. Maybe another outdated one was MSN. Things that phone users might accidentally tap on web pages. Maybe ads. Oh, so annoying. You know where I find ads easy to accidentally tap on? YouTube. YouTube, of all places, YouTube. You'd think that would be the place that you can like know and trust and love. No, I accidentally click ads on YouTube all the time, and I have to hit the done button or the X or whatever it is. I forget. I think it's the done button. And I'm like, why did that click? I didn't mean to. I'm just, holding my phone. I accidentally click an ad. Hobbyists with cameras informally. Hobbyists with cameras. Well, a hobbyist with a camera is a photographer. I wonder, do I have this one wrong? Is this actually... Oh, it could be cologne, actually. Okay, and maybe this one is incorrect. I'll just leave it blank. And maybe trolley is wrong. Maybe I'm making fun of the Brits too much. Maybe photogs. Okay, a hobbyist with a camera is not called a photog. The videographer that follows a reporter on the field in the news industry is called a photog. I don't know if I would call a hobbyist a photog, though. Okay, I'm looking too far into it. Big name in exercise bikes, that's Peloton. Did I spell that right? Peloton? I hope. Solve for X. Algebra. Solve for X subject. Temporary fix. Oh. Whoops. A temporary fix, so to speak, is a Band-Aid. That's funny. President Lincoln was Honest Abe. Oh, I know this one now. Here, let's keep filling this out. Show me the money. Because, look at this one. Place with Bunsen burners and beakers. Chem lab. Okay, show me the money. President Pro blank. I don't know. Road trip assistance. Road trip assistance for short. Maps. What are they looking for there? I don't know. Groceries carrier. Oh, okay. So they're looking for tote bag here. Self-indulgent journey. I really don't know. Road trip assistance. Oh, okay. So road trip assistance is GPS. Wait. Oh, I didn't fully read this one. Show me the blank. Show me the blank. Punny request at an art museum. It is not show me the money. It's show me the Monet. Monet, like the painter. And then a self-indulgent journey would be an ego trip. What? What do you mean we don't have it? All right, well, let's take a look again, see what we missed. TikTok or Tinder, that's an app. Lawyers organization, the American Bar Association, isn't it? You took the bar. Place where Bunsen burners and beakers, in brief. The Chem Lab. Product that can be sampled with a spray on the wrist. Cologne. C-O-L-O-G-N-E. Cologne. Is it Manet? I was really thinking that was an O. Visibly muscular. Visibly muscular. You wouldn't be tanned if you were muscular. So I wonder if this one is incorrect. Oh, I get it. I get it. It's not Peloton. It's Peloton. See, I don't know brand names like I... you expect me to know these brand names. Goodness. Okay, that's what we were missing. All right, from the top. All right, TikTok and Tinder, they are apps. ABA, the American Bar Association, that's the lawyers' organization. Place with Bunsen burners and beakers, that's a Chem Lab. Product that can be sampled with a spray on the wrist, Cologne. Visibly muscular, toned. It showed up as tanned because I said Peloton, not Peloton. Peloton. Sure. Hey, at least I knew what the name was. I just didn't spell it right. Groceries carrier, tote bag. Sure. Self-indulgent journey is an ego trip. AOL alternative was MSN. We did get that one correct. I mean, what's the alternative to either AOL or MSN? A, like, Gmail account or something relevant today. I can't think of anybody with an AOL account. Definitely not MSN. Isn't that Microsoft? I don't know. That seems outdated. Things that phone users might accidentally tap on web pages. Ads. So frustrating. All right. And then sports organization that now includes schools from Texas and California, strangely enough. The ACC, the Atlantic Collegiate Conference. Is that what that stands for? I know it's Atlantic. It seems out of place, right? The hobbyists with cameras are photogs. I kind of disagree with this one because photog does actually have a different name, a different meaning. In the news industry, when a photographer, right? They're doing videos, right? It's a videographer basically, but they got their name photog from the black and white eras where they would actually take black and white photos on the scene somewhere. And so now we do video. It's just basically, 1,000 times more pictures. Now it's a photog, right? They still call it that, the photog. So in the news industry, there is actually a name called a photog. Big name in exercise bikes, Peloton. Solve for X subject, algebra. Temporary fix, so to speak, a Band-Aid. I love that. President Lincoln, Honest Abe. Show me the Monet. Punny request at an art museum. Show me the Monet. Not show me the money, show me the Monet. President Pro Tem. Why? I don't know what that means. I've never heard that before. President Pro Tem. And then road trip assistance for short, GPS. Maybe we'll look that up later. I'm not quite sure what that means. Learning new things every day, aren't we? All right. Well, we lost our streak about a week and a half ago, but here we are, resolved. Before that, I had what was it? 162 max streak, and I lost it. They're very gracious. They rounded up, saying I have a 100% win ratio. I did actually lose about a week and a half ago. I was on vacation, and I had to stream from my phone. I couldn't get my streaming software to work. By the way, you guys that have watched a ton, hey, Jean-Marco, you guys that have watched a ton, Do you feel like my stream is synced up better? Like, do my audio and video line up better? Or I'm really trying to kind of figure out the settings of this streaming software. And right now, I feel like it's working okay. I just want to make sure that the audio and video line up with each other. That was kind of the most egregious thing, to try and get those to line up, and they didn't exactly. Oh, good luck on your entrance exam for college. That's amazing. Oh, good luck. You're going to do awesome. You are going to do awesome. I know it. With a genius brain like yours and the ability to predict the future like you have, you are going to do awesome. With your clairvoyance and your enormous vocabulary, you are going to do just fine. So you're going to do great. Okay, what do we start off with in the Wordle? We started off with 2 words yesterday that I forget what the words were even. I think it was like sauce and some word that was non-intersecting with sauce, and I ended up kind of kicking myself for it because I used up all my vowels. I used up all the vowels in one go, and so I had to double letters. Luckily, we had gotten the A in the right place, so wasn't it banjo? I think it was banjo yesterday. How about splat? That's a good word. A little bit of help, too. We got an A somewhere and a T at the end. How about, here's a good word, choir. CHOIR. We could use that. No help at all, though. Okay, I only have one vowel left. Oh, we have the Y, too. We could use the Y. Here's one. How about bendy? That's a third non-intersecting word. Let's see how we do there. Okay, and there's an N and a D. Nice. All right, so knowing that all of those are in the wrong place except for the T, we've got... Here, let's start backwards. We've got something with a T. NT is a very strong ending of a word, like burnt. Actually, I think burnt was the word a couple weeks ago. So it could be NT. Can you do kind of like bunt? Bunt. But we can't use the... So I wonder if it's ANT. Right? Are you following with me? Oh, we didn't guess the U. Daunt. We haven't guessed the U yet. Maybe I should have. I don't know what I would have guessed as a non-intersecting word, though. I'm glad that I got the N and the D, though. Is that a word? Like dauntless? Can you just daunt? Is that a verb? I am daunting. Yeah, actually, you would say that. I daunt. I don't know if I'd ever say it in a sentence, but here, let's try it. Oh my gosh. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Good. Yeah, you don't usually use that word by itself. Daunt, right? Dauntless, daunted. Oh, Gianmarco is amazing. He's probably already gone. Taking his exam. He's going to do great. College entrance exam. That's big time. Cool. All right. So I started with the word splat. I don't know. Whatever word comes into my head, I just go with it. Just roll with it. And we ran with the A and the T. The T's in the correct place, so we know it ends in a T. And then choir was no help. Bendy did actually help. It's kind of a weird word, isn't it? Bendy. And then that gave us an N and a D for 2 more non-intersecting letters. And I kind of worked this one backwards. T is a very strong ending. NT is a strong ending. ANT is also a strong ending. And then I was like, wait a minute, I didn't guess the U yet. AU is a common, middle vowel connector. Or it could have been like separated, right? Consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant. But I like that ending NT sound, so I was wondering if it was that. And then daunt, right? There's not a lot of uses of daunt. You would use it, kind of with a suffix at the end, right? Is dauntless or daunted, undaunted. Yeah. Anyway, the base word makes a lot of sense there, even if you wouldn't use it by itself in a sentence. All right. And the next thing, let's dive into the Strands puzzle. And today's theme is pretty as a picture. Aw, pretty as a picture. Does this have to do with photography? I do see the word photo. Photo. That's gotta be. Maybe that's part of the spangram. I don't see a G for photography. Pretty as a picture. Photo. Frame. I can almost do photo frame. I don't know. I bet you that's part of the spangram. Pretty as a picture. You could have like portraits, landscapes, editor. Oh, wait, maybe it is. Photo. Oops, I didn't spell it right. Photo. Photo edit. Photo editor. Ah, there we go. Photo editor. So, photo editor. I'm confused. Are we talking about the people that are photo editors? Or are we talking about like Photoshop, Lightroom? I'm looking too far into this. I am a photographer. You guys know this. I am a photographer. I teach photography at the high school. Adjuster. Adjust. Okay. Care. Blur. Adjust. Oh, erase. Okay, these are things you might do in Photoshop. I thought it was like people that are photo editors. No, these are like adjustments. Okay, that makes a whole lot more sense. All right, blur, adjust, erase, crop. Rotate. Whoops. Markup. And filter. Cool. Awesome. Some of those are destructive edits and some of those are non-destructive edits. Destructive edit would be you're permanently changing the pixels. And then non-destructive edits are you have the option to bring those pixels back to the way they used to be. Why do I know that? Because I am a photographer. I'm a photo editor. I was working in Photoshop and Illustrator yesterday for about too long, 2 hours. I was working on a project that was in pixels, and I needed to convert it to a vector. So if that all went over your head, don't worry about it. Basically, photo editor, these are all different adjustments that you can do to a picture. So I see filter, markup. I don't know how often you're going to mark up a picture, but you can. Rotate, adjust, erase, right? Maybe the clone stamp tool or something. Blur, and crop. Cool. All right, and then we play letterboxed. Oh my goodness. There we are. Okay, and then today in the letterbox, we are trying to solve in 5 words. So pretty normal, average puzzle. There's no S, there's no L, and there's no A. Huh. Okay. BNOECI, and T, X, D, and W. Oh, man. Okay, we got to get rid of that X somehow. There's no G. We can't do like exiting. Play exited. Down. Here, I'm going to write these down because I thought of another word. Well, actually, I don't need to write it down because look, I can get to it. B for bunch, or nub, and then we play it again. BUNCH, bunch. I don't need to write anything down today. Come on. Cool. All right. Well, we solved within 5. We actually did it in 4 today. That was an easy puzzle. That was great. Exited or exited. People say it different ways. Down. And then the N led for nub, so that I could go over to the B for bunch. Bunch. How did they solve it yesterday? Was it the way that... Oh, look at that! Sudoku. How about that? Sudoku. That's funny. And unhealthy. Unhealthy Sudoku. If you play too much Sudoku, it might be unhealthy. That's funny. Well, if you like what you see today, give it a like. Consider subscribing because we do this every day. Even when we have family reunions. 2, technically, family reunions. 1 very formal, the other very informal. I'm going to go see 2 of my uncles. One I saw on my birthday a couple days ago. And then the other I haven't seen in a couple years. And they haven't seen each other in a couple years. In probably decades. So it's going to be cool to have them get together. It's pretty awesome. They're probably already together. All right. Okay. So didn't love the connections puzzle today. It didn't speak to me, especially the green category there. Bowling results. Foul, spare, split, and strike. Attach with adhesive. Adhere, affix. That's funny. Adhere, adhesive. Usually the clue and the answer are not, the same word. Adhere, adhesive. Affix, glue, and stick. Polite terms for you-know-what. Commerce, never heard that before. Congress, never heard that before. Nor am I going to Google it. Intimacy. Yeah, I've heard that before. And then relations, heard that before. But those first two are new to me. No, I'm not going to Google it. Contronyms, words that can mean opposite things. Cleave means to, cleave together, like a wedding. The wedding vows say cleave together. Or cleave, like a cleaver, you chop them apart. Garnish, to garnish your wages means to take from. And then garnish, like the sprinkle on top, is to add to. Oversight, right? Someone is surveying you and like watching your every move. That's oversight. But also, we let that slip. That was an oversight, right? And then sanction, to allow, right? Sanction, lacrosse is now a sanctioned sport versus sanctions, levied onto a tariff onto a country or something, sanctioned. So it can mean two very opposite things. That's funny. Contronyms. Those are hard to find. That's interesting. I appreciate that. I just didn't appreciate the green category today. Okay. TikTok or Tinder. Those are apps. This is the mini crossword, by the way. Not so mini today. It's pretty big, actually. Lawyers organization, the ABA, the American Bar Association. Place with Bunsen burners and beakers, in brief. You might call that the Chem Lab. Product that can be sampled with a spray on the wrist. Cologne. Cologne. It's such a weird spelling. Is that French? Italian? Where does the GNE come from? I don't know. Visibly muscular. Toned. Groceries carrier. A tote bag. Sure. I think of tote bags more for like conventions. You go to a convention and you get a tote bag and you can throw all your little freebies in there. A self-indulgent journey is an ego trip. That is a journey, right? A trip. AOL alternative. AOL is, kind of old news, but MSN is probably even older. I don't know. People still have MSN accounts. It's old. Things that phone users might accidentally tap on web pages. Ads. Oh, I click ads on YouTube all the time. I don't know about you guys, but I accidentally click constantly. Sports organization that now includes schools from Texas and California on the West Coast, strangely enough, but it's the Atlantic Conference, ACC. Hobbyists with cameras, you might call them photogs. I probably wouldn't. I would call them straight up photographers. Big name in exercise bikes, Peloton. I just spelled it wrong at first, Peloton. I had Peloton with an A. Solve for X subject, algebra. My daughter is probably upstairs doing algebra right now. Temporary fix, so to speak, a Band-Aid. President Lincoln, Abe Lincoln. Show me the Monet, punny request at an art museum. Instead of show me the money, show me the Monet. President pro tem. I don't know what that means. I'm going to look that up. Indulge me, if you will, for a sec. President pro tem. What does that mean? Pour tempore. What does pro tem mean? That's why I came here. President pro tempore refers to an official who temporarily fills the role of president of a body, typically legislative, like the U.S. Senate. Latin for the time being, pro tempore. Indicating a temporary placeholder position. Okay, so if something happened with the president, then it would be Charles Grassley, pro tempore of the United States Senate. Oh, that's not the president. That's the U.S. Senate. Okay. I don't know how politics works, guys. I don't know. I'm not a political person. I try to stay out. News just brings me down, Pro tem. And then road trip assistance for short, GPS. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the only one. But I use GPS for simple things, too. Like, I have a very good internal compass, but I will still... I'm this far away, and I'm like, okay, take me home. And I will have GPS, not because I don't know how to get home. I do know how to get home, but I would love to see when I'm getting home. I would love to see, if there's traffic up ahead. I would love to see if there's, what the speed limit is, that kind of thing. So even though I know my way, I love, the updates about traffic. I love you know what I mean? So even though I'm not like map questing, how do I get there? What turn do I take? I already know what turn to take. I still sometimes will use GPS. Not all the time. I'm not like a Uber driver or something. But I will use GPS just so that I know kind of my ETA, my estimated time of arrival. Is there a speed trap? Is there I want to know, is there that kind of thing going on around me? So oftentimes I will use GPS even though I don't technically need it. We're so reliant on technology, aren't we? All right, so for the Wordle, today we started with the word splat. Yesterday I was very liberal with my vowels, and I ended up using all of my vowels in 2 words, and I kind of shot myself in the foot. I got the word right. It was banjo. It was fine. But I remember thinking, man, why did I use up all my vowels so quickly? Splat, that gave us the T in the right place, the A somewhere. Choir was no help, and then I tried a third non-intersecting word, a word that doesn't use any of those first 10 letters, and it was bendy, and let's see, N and D. I actually had my best friend in high school, his nickname was Bendy. That's funny. Because his name was Ben, and his last name started with a D, so we called him Bendy. So N and D, and the D went somewhere, and the N went somewhere. If the T goes at the end, NT is a really strong ending, so I thought maybe it's that. And then I kind of worked my way backwards today. I thought ANT, that's a strong one. And then I thought, well, hold on, I haven't used a U yet. Maybe it is AUNT. And I needed a D, so I'm like, daunt. But is daunt a word? I've never used the word daunt before, but I have said dauntless or undaunted. Different words that have daunt in it, prefixes and suffixes, but daunt by itself, usually not. So I was like, maybe, let's give it a shot. And that is exactly what it was. Cool. Pretty fun. Strands was all about pretty as a picture. Pretty as a picture. That's nice. Yeah, cool. So photo editor, these are different filters and things you might use in Photoshop, maybe even in a dark room. Different ways you can do these things in person, physically. Most of these, though, it's a button in Photoshop, a tool. Rotate, right? You can hit Control-T or Command-T to rotate. Markup. There's different ways you can mark up. You can even mark up in Preview or something. Use a pencil or pen tool. Filter. There's lots of different filters. Actually, one of the filters that I used just a few days ago, I had to use a picture of someone. They were like, this is the best picture we could find. And the girl was looking like off to the side. And I used what's called a neural filter, using the power of AI, right? And with this neural filter, you go to, if you're in Photoshop, you go filters, neural filters, like the second option down. And one of those is like portrait retouching, and you can change the look of someone's eyes. If they're looking over here, you can move their eyes so they were looking. And so I have this great photo of her making eye contact, even though in the original picture she was not. She was not making eye contact. It's kind of cool. So filter, yeah. Let's see, and then we have blur. Let's see, erase, that's the letter E on the keyboard, E for erase. That is a very destructive tool. You're cutting pixels out of your picture. The crop tool, fun fact, you can have the crop tool be destructive or non-destructive now. And adjust, very cool. Adjustment layers, adjustment filters, lots of things. Cool. And then we polished it off today with the letterboxed. So in letterboxed we had excited, and then the D. I just wanted to get rid of the X first thing. The D led to down, N for nub, and then B for bunch. Cool. Awesome. Well, if you like what you see, give it a like. Consider subscribing, because we do this every day. I am experimenting with my computer layout of the streaming software. It might seem a little glitchy or something. I don't know. We're still trying to figure things out. Today there's an enormous amount of delay, or does the audio line up with the video? These are things I want to know. So you are my guinea pigs. This stream is my guinea pig. I am experimenting every day. So we'll see if it works. And yeah, anyway, thanks for a chat. Gianmarco came in for a little while. It was great. Yeah, anyway, I'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.